Yo, I really like white tees.
But it's like certain white tees, like usually like the good cut ones, like usually like Blue Wears polo white tees and black
I don't
ones.
like polo white tees. I don't like polo.
You know, there's different cuts to them, right?
Yeah, I can't. I've never seen like. I like thick crew.
They
collars.
have them. Like that's what I'm saying. Like so, and he wears V-necks before he wears the crews. I think his blacks are probably crews. Like his whites are V-necks. But they have different ones. Like they have like a slim fit one. They have one that the material feels thicker. I'm just telling you that there's different variations of the shirt. I know because like when we went shopping, like I realized like it wasn't just a regular pack. There's like a certain.
You went shopping.
Just relax. It was just household essentials.
Bitch, I'm attractive. Can't fuck with you no more. I'm fasted. Ooh.
No, Greg.
Oh.
It wasn't deep like that. But yeah, that's how I learned like about. Cause sometimes I used to take his shirts because they smell like him. But I also just found out that I'm allergic to, like, well, it's probably not allergic. It's probably just hygiene in itself. That I used to like taking his shirts because I liked the way that they smelled like him, the ones that he wore. Mm-hmm. But then sometimes I would sleep in them. But now I realize like the where I put them on, like up to here, like my arms have broken out, like where the t-shirt would stop. Mm-hmm. Like, so I think that I shouldn't be wearing his shirts. I can smell them, but I can't.
Or that's you being allergic to him.
No, because I don't break out when I'm like, no, I don't break out like when I'm on him. But like if I'm wearing, and I think about like, obviously he probably like sweat just because they smell like, I like his smell.
You don't take the clean shirts? You take the dirty ones?
I want the ones that smell like him, like he wore it.
It doesn't matter if he like.
No, it's different. Because I've been with him to do laundry too. No, it's not. Yes, it is.
My clothes smell like me. Especially if you wear cologne.
Yeah.
You have a body odor.
Yes, but if you wash your clothes, it smells like detergent.
No, sometimes.
Then, Greg, you should wash your clothes again.
No, because I don't. First off, I don't stink ever.
Okay, but I'm not telling you that you stink, but I'm just telling you that like when you wash clothes, it's supposed to be clean. It shouldn't be smelling.
Even though it has a detergent smell, it still has smells of you on it too.
Not after you wash
because it. I think your detergent is embedded into your scent.
Because you wear it, yeah, and I get that. That's why I had to understand the formula because I thought it was just his cologne, and I was like, it can't just be his cologne because I smelled his cologne on its own, and it's not the same. Then I was like, maybe it's the detergent, and then I realized that it wasn't just a detergent because he also uses fabric softener. So there's like a whole mixture of things that makes his smell, and it only works when they're put together like fucking Captain Planet. And I like the shirts that he has worn. The shirts that he hasn't worn, like it can smell like me too, because most of the time sometimes we use the same detergent, so it's not like.
Well, recently, I've been a fan of Jockey. It's a bullshit brand. I don't know.
It's like they have boxers.
I just go to Target and buy a 5-pack.
No, he wears Hanes. Are we talking about the
t-shirts?
The t-shirts?
Yeah.
Do you wear undershirts too?
No.
Oh, he wears undershirts too.
I don't. To me, it's just more heat. I'm already big. I don't need any more.
Yeah, I feel like undershirts for men is like tank tops for women.
It's a girdle for men. It really is.
It'd be putting it together.
It keeps everything in. Yeah.
I understand what you're saying. That's
I don't fuck with it. No, thank you.
Yes, no. And I've taken undershirts too. I've taken those. Those are even easier to sleep in. But then I noticed that like I'll break out like here, and I really think it's just either like the sweat or the cologne or just the idea that it's a dirty shirt now that maybe I shouldn't be putting it on.
Every time I think, you know what, I'm gonna start wearing undershirts.
No.
I buy like a pack. I think every other month. Or every 6 months.
That sounds about, yeah. I don't, so what do you do with your old shirts? You throw them away?
I donate them.
Okay, because we got to figure that out too. Because it's becoming to a point where there's just so many white t-shirts, so many socks. So I'm like, where are you supposed to put all of this stuff?
So socks and underwear, I buy religiously.
Yes, he does too. Like to the point where it's just like, but where are you going to put them? Or then have like, seasons where you like get rid of the old ones.
I have 3 new pairs of underwear in my drawer. Yeah, but socks you throw away after a while, especially white socks, because after a while they're not white no more.
I feel like the same thing with the t-shirts. Like sometimes they get a little yellow under there.
I don't wear white t-shirts twice.
You only wear them once?
Yeah.
Oh, you got it. So you don't wash white clothes?
It costs $20 for 5.
you got it. You got tons of white shirts. He's not.
Because they get the stains under here. Collars don't
on the first day. Cause you gotta wash them.
You do, yeah, but they don't. They're not as crisp as when you take out the package.
Like I don't know. I mean, I get it, but I just think that one time
that's like the one bougie thing I know I do.
Which I could understand that with certain things, especially if you're gonna go somewhere fresh. Obviously, you might want a fresh white tee, but if you're washing them appropriately, it should still be a fresh white tee, at least for the first 5
And I'm
wears.
gonna bring y'all a little bit into my world a little bit.
Okay.
I don't separate my clothes.
You don't separate your clothes?
It's rare.
Wow. So you don't
rare.
Dark lights. You watch your jeans with everything?
No, I wash my jeans separate.
Okay.
I wash jeans and pants separately, but everything else.
Oh wow.
Cold water.
Okay. So you the one and done at the laundromat because you don't care.
I ain't got time for that.
Got it. Okay.
And I dry clean my button ups.
I separate everything from even like my intimates.
You
like
got
my
time.
Intimates.
You got time.
I don't have time. I just know that there's certain things that I have that can't be washed in the same cycle.
You got time.
I think if you separate them from the beginning, you should be fine.
You got time. At the end of the day, you just take shit off and throw them shits on the floor.
So the towels and clothes are all together too? That's crazy. I don't wash my towels with clothes.
I do. Everything.
Unless like it's like one towel and I really got to get I really need to wash it or something like that. But my towels get done with my towels.
The only thing I separate is Ava's clothes. Like she could get her own washing machine.
Yeah, but you don't even separate hers.
Fuck no.
That's crazy. Well, shout out to her because her clothes haven't looked a hot mess yet. So.
Because I know how to dress my daughter.
Yeah, just doesn't know how to wash clothes.
I know how to wash clothes. You ever see me stink? You ever see any of my clothes dirty? You ever see stains?
I never said that.
Somebody who don't know how to wash clothes.
Well, clearly, let's just go back to the idea that sometimes your clothes still smell like you. And clearly, either the washing machine that you're using isn't working or you didn't put enough soap.
Or I just like the way that I smell.
Okay. Then what's the point of washing it?
You use the Gain Flings, you use the Downy beads and the Downy, what's them shit? Soft fabric softener. Use the Gain sheets in the dryer. Come out, they smell clean, smell like Gain, but you still smell my cologne.
Yeah, I need you to go and do the laundromat. That's not how it's supposed to work. But you know what? Shout out to you.
Why isn't it?
I don't know.
Your clothes don't smell like you when you get out when you wash them.
No, they smell like the laundry detergent and the fabric softener.
It has no residue of how you usually smell.
No, and if it does, I'm washing it again.
Because you think you stink.
It has nothing to do with stinking. It's just the idea that it shouldn't. When you're washing clothes, it should feel like it's semi brand new. It shouldn't feel like
it does to me.
But even though it smells like you already. So think about this. Somebody, I don't know, you're probably not a person, you usually give away stuff before you let people borrow it. But we'll just put it in the perspective of somebody borrowing, right? Somebody borrow a shirt from you. They wash it. Yeah. But it still smell like them. It's clean?
Nah, because that doesn't smell like me.
Oh, okay. You know what? That's all I needed to say. and as long as you answered that effectively, I want you to see that's where I'm coming from. And the fact that now I know that I break out because I'm wearing old boy's clothes, I gotta relax. And I like sleeping in his t-shirts.
I don't understand how you break out from his stuff if you lay with him.
Because he doesn't go to sleep in cologne. Remember, this is a shirt that he sprays on. He's been sweating in all day. Like, usually when we lay in the bed, he's already taking a shower.
That's nasty.
And the thing is that I just noticed that. Like, I was like, why is my arms? I thought it was like
mosquitoes. I had to go to the store and buy Benadryl cream.
Why? For your lip? I don't know. You're touching your lip. I didn't know.
Okay. But no, for the back of my calves. Like, if you feel the back of my calves, it's bumpy as shit right now. Like, mosquitoes been fucking me up. Bad.
Yeah, you gotta wear them. You gotta put on some insect repellent.
And I bought some too. I have some.
Yeah, especially all the times you went to Africa. I'm surprised.
I actually got some from Africa.
I believe it.
That shit smell good too.
I bet it does.
Yo, I'm gonna wear that shit.
I'm screaming.
That's good. All right.
I didn't even think never mind.
Banter.
When you're not here, I sleep in your t-shirt. I wish you were here.
Your t-shirt by SZA is a really good song.
Yeah, until you realize that the t-shirt break you out. Now what you supposed to do?
I've never had that issue.
Well, are you ever putting on her t-shirt? Imagine.
No. That's some weird shit.
I have a man put on my t-shirt. I'm wilding. I'm taking pictures.
That nigga is too small.
Well, no, that's not true because I'm not like the smallest person. So like even like
the biggest person either.
Blue's t-shirts aren't like significantly big. I could like there's been days where I needed like an outfit and I'll take his shirt and I'll like
that's fair.
I'll make it like a little bit like I'll make it like a crop top kind of just so it can fit me properly, but it fits. Yeah, it fit. If I was a little bit more thicker, I probably could wear his clothes. Like if you like scrunched him up, he'd probably be me. If you stretch me out,
I would never want that experience ever. Okay, banter. So, banter question for today: What is an amenity you can't live without?
Dick. Just kidding.
No, she not.
Just kidding. Go ahead.
What's an amenity that you can't live without?
Why can't you go first? What's wrong with you?
Because you decided to say dick?
Well, that was the first thought, but that's not the case. That's not how I really feel.
Yes, it is.
Water. Go ahead, Greg.
What is amenity?
Well, give me an example of what amenities are.
Okay, you're looking for an apartment.
Okay.
Certain things you can't live without.
Oh, well, see.
I said amenity.
Okay, well, amenities could be a part of life. It could be anything. A job.
We should get a poll going and have people.
I thought you was about to be a stripper. I said, okay, great.
Gosh, something is wrong with you. What is an amenity if you are looking for an apartment that you cannot live without?
Condo, townhouse.
Huh?
Condo, townhouse /
Which
if I don't
one?
live in an apartment, I could live in a condo. I could live in a townhouse too.
Okay, but what amenities?
Oh, washer and dryer.
You need a washer and dryer.
I need a washer and dryer.
Like you can't live without it. Like you will not move in anywhere without a washer and dryer.
Or parking.
Or parking.
Yeah, not street parking. Mm-hmm. Parking lot. I need parking lot. I do not want to go look for parking.
Okay.
So those are my two, like for sure. Parking and washer and dryer. Everything else.
For me, it's air conditioning and a dishwasher. Can't live without them.
I don't have a problem with not having a dishwasher, but I feel like if I have a washer and dryer, that's probably going to be a given.
No, it's not. Oh, it is not a given.
To have a washer and dryer and not have a...
Yeah, it's not a given, surprisingly. I've actually been in houses where they had one, not the other.
And I'm okay with that because I'm okay with washing dishes. That doesn't affect me at all. Mm-hmm. I would rather do that instead of like either walking all the way down to the laundromat or to the laundry room and just do it in my own house. I can even warm my own towels. Like if I'm gonna get in the shower and it's cold, I can put my towels in the dryer and that could be great. I had a house like that. And then you said AC. I
don't like heat.
I don't like heat either. But if it doesn't have central air, I'll put in a thing.
No, see, putting in air conditioner is too much work.
Well, Greg, I've lived in a house all my life. That's all I know how to do.
I grew up well, not in a house, but when we had to put in air conditioning, once I was able to find apartments that did have them.
I would love that too, but I would definitely want a washer and dryer and a parking spot.
Not going back.
I'm not parking 3 blocks down just to get to
moving ahead,
just to get home.
Yeah, I don't even care about parking too much. Okay. The only good thing about having like parking is it does well for your insurance. Because if you don't have street parking, you put that down on your insurance policy goes down.
Oh, because your car is safe.
Yeah,
I don't care about that. I don't want to look for parking. I don't want that I have to go to the bathroom or I need to go run out or I need to just go home and now I have to go ride around the block several times just to find a parking so I can go inside.
You forgot the Vaseline, didn't you?
Yeah. Shit. It's bothering me a lot. It's been bothering me since I came in here. But yeah, parking spot and wash and dry.
All right. And that was the quickest banter we've ever had.
Yeah, do you know you left it on?
Yeah. I do.
Okay, usually you don't. What was that noise? Well, I'm just saying that you have either underestimated the thought process of this woman.
You don't think I prepared?
This is too much.
This is every week, bro.
I'm ready.
The gist of this conversation is that I'm right and y'all wrong. Gigi. Yeah. Hello, everybody. Yo, I want to be a DJ. I want to be like a radio DJ. Why not? Hello, everybody. Welcome to Just a Conversation with Greg and Gigi. Wrong. Welcome to Convo 124 of Just a Conversation with Greg and Gigi. I'm the person that talks first. And I'm joined by my sister. Gigi. How you doing, Gigi?
You are on some type of time today. Hi, everyone. This week was shitty.
Wow. Where you started?
I had someone passed away that I knew. That the funeral and service is this week. Actually, tomorrow, Saturday. I ended some relationships that I didn't think it was gonna end, but it was just like it was time. Fuck it.
You did?
Yeah. When somebody tell you I'm gonna put in a kind of a summary. When you already know that a relationship dynamic with you and a person isn't going as well or smooth or consistent as it used to or should be, you realize when someone says that we need to talk, that's that moment where you're trying to say that it's over in a nice way. Yeah, so I didn't have time for the talk. I just said, let's just end it now. Shit. I was like,
can we
it's best this way, that we are doing this amicably. I did bring up that, you might have a Trey Songz that have a last time, but if not, that's okay too. And then what else this week? I've seen some people that I haven't seen in a while. I even chilled with you, saw you, which hasn't really been something that's been familiar for a while, which it was really good to chill and hang out with you.
You make it seem like we strangers.
We're not strangers, but we are estranged.
You think so?
Yes. We don't even gotta go into it, but if you just think about our relationship dynamic and how much time we would have spent together versus where we are now, and blues always existed.
Estranged to me is you don't know what's going on in another person's life.
Yeah, but can you tell me that up until the last weeks and weeks we?
Yeah, I think I can tell you what's been going on, because I care enough to keep up with you.
Okay. Outside of that, the once a week, maybe 2 weeks check-ins, Greg,
But that's to me estranged. I got some friends that I'm estranged with right now.
I understand that, but I'm saying how we was back in the beginning of this year, last year, even the year before that,
You miss me? Oh shit.
Because I definitely understand the dynamics of why this happens, right? But if I'm being clear about it, we don't.
I don't?
We don't.
We don't what?
We don't hang out as much as we used to.
Oh, that's fair. That's true.
We don't. And so even there were times where we didn't do nothing.
I just didn't like the word estranged.
Because that's really what it is. I know you, you know me. We're not strangers, but we don't
Because when I think of the word estranged, is like I said, there's some people who I'm very estranged to right now.
You still call them your friends?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's because we don't talk. I think you and I talk to you more than anybody.
Recently. I need you to know that
No, not even recently.
No, okay, then that's bad because it literally has been falling off as
Granted,
time has progressed.
I understand what you mean. Yes, it's not as frequently as we used to be. That's
yes,
true. I can openly admit that. But to say estranged is
because Greg, we come and we record, so
not even forget the podcast.
Okay.
Right? I feel like I keep up with you more than I keep up with, especially the person that I'm thinking about.
Okay.
And I'm not thinking about that person.
I don't even know what person.
Yeah, I can imagine who came to your mind.
Shout out to you. No, I just think that, or I need something, but you're not even home when I need it. So it's just even if I'm here, you're probably not even here.
To me, that's not. Clearly, we're not estranged.
Okay.
Sorry. I just don't like that word.
Okay.
Estranged.
All right. Let's get into topics. Oh, no. Greg.
What? Yes. Sorry. I didn't mean to say that.
No, I just want to think about my week. Yeah, this week wasn't that great, but it wasn't that bad either. I'm just looking for it to kind of end and kind of seeing what the next couple of weeks have in store for me. How are you, Greg?
Oh, excuse me. I am sad. I am all right, but I'm sad. All of that. Like you, lost someone important. Very important. And I think, though that's sad, I think everything to follow was sadder.
Understood. Because that was something that you couldn't control, and you thought like in the aftermath was at least something that you can like savor.
Yeah.
And that was also out of your control.
Yeah. So that's been really fucked up. But there was some positive things that happened this week. I got my car fixed. Yo, my car is the quietest it's ever fucking been. Ever been.
Oh, that
like
means
I turn that shit on and you don't even hear nothing.
So you dropped some change on it.
No. But that's the thing, no. Nissan. And yes, I'm putting Nissan on Front Street. We might get canceled by Nissan. I don't give a fuck. They wanted $200 just to diagnose the problem.
That's messed up. 'Cause you can get that done at Pep Boys for free.
Here's my dick. Suck it. So
you gave Nissan your dick.
I did. So I went to a
Do you
mechanic.
know if Nissan's a man or a woman?
I'm hoping it's a woman.
Okay.
Actually, I don't give two fucks.
You just giving them your dick.
You gonna take the Frank. I went to an auto body shop that I know, guy I trust.
Yeah.
$50 to diagnose the problem.
Yes.
And when they told me what the problem was, Nissan was gonna charge me $1,000 to get it fixed. They only charged me $200.
So can I take my car to them?
You should.
Okay, can we talk about that?
Sure.
Okay.
That's another reason why I called you on Tuesday, to let you know.
Okay, that would have been good, because I definitely would have got that done.
That was when they called and said how much, I was like, do what you need to do.
Yeah.
Do what you need to do.
I got a little extra $10 in there for you if you want to put some air in them tires.
Shit.
I'm screaming.
Yo, my car has never been so quiet. I went to go get a car washed.
Not when. So you wasn't doing it before because
it was like, nah, this already sound like a putt-putt. You don't need to be clean. You ever see people who had a putt-putt and still go to the car wash?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, what are you doing?
They care about it.
What are you doing?
They clean it out and everything.
I judge them. I'm like, what are you doing?
I think they care about what they have.
You spending $10 on this car. Every time you spend $10 to wash this car, you could be saving that $10 up just to get it fixed.
Nah, I think, unless you're a mechanic yourself, and that's,
My car was sounding like, you ever seen somebody put like a card in the back of their bike so it could make this
yeah.
That's what my car sound like.
That sounds crazy.
But now that shit sound like,
yeah, I need to go.
Shit turns on and just,
I want to find out. Okay.
And today, so I'm supposed to be going to Nigeria in October.
Oh, I was like, I hope it's not soon.
October is soon though.
No.
You think about it.
August is soon. October is coming.
But so the organization that I'm going to help out, they was in the States, and I got a chance to chat with them. We had lunch today. He's an amazing saxophone player. We got a chance to play music together. So that was really positive, and that was fun too. So yeah,
That's the guy that you told me about before.
Did I tell you about him?
I want to say, did you?
No, that's a different guy from Ghana. This guy was from Nigeria.
Understood.
I know what you're talking
Okay.
about. So yeah, like some positive things happened. I really want to shout out to all the people who checked in on me this week. Like every day there was a phone call. Yeah, and I'm also sorry. One last thing, I'm sorry. I want to backtrack.
Ooh.
It is more important to be understood than heard.
Say it again.
No. If you want me to say it again, rewind it.
Wow, because I don't understand.
That's your problem.
That's actually
So, but the thing is, you heard me then. So you were just being a jerk.
No, what I'm saying is that I may have heard you, but I'm trying to understand you, Greg. And that's what you're trying to get to the point, to the audience.
All right, let's jump into some topics.
Before you said you rather let someone hear you say what you have to say, and what you said is what you said. But you have come to the conclusion that just because you said something, there should be some understanding, because how I take it may not mean exactly what you said.
But you are proving my point that you heard what I just said.
No.
And you understood what I said.
No.
You just wanted me to repeat
I was
it.
clarifying. Didn't know. Was I right?
Yes.
Oh, let's move on. Topics.
Something wrong with you. You going first, me and you.
Go ahead, Greg.
Alrighty. What's wrong?
Just looked at the time.
What time is it? We'll be out of here soon. So my topic actually stemmed from I was listening to JBP, and we're gonna talk about that too. That's a whole other topic for another day. But they was talking about something, and Ish was like, it's important to have like your platonic friends for whatever reason. And that's, yeah, so my topic pretty much is, are platonic relationships important, and why?
Absolutely.
Why?
I think because I'll even use our relationship. There's conversations that I have with women that I probably could have with you, but there's some insights or perspectives that I can have with you that women probably won't be able to see because they're women. Mm-hmm. And I think that having men in your life that may not be related to you, but you're close enough that you guys are close, that you call each other brother and sister, not in the way what you guys are touching each other, that it's another blanket of security. Mm-hmm. Don't do that again. It's another blanket of security that you have, like, because especially like for me as a woman, when I'm going through whatever I'm going through with my significant other, sometimes I can call my girls and their perspective may even be biased because they're women or they know me. But when I do talk to the men that are my friends, they kind of let me see the reality of it. Maybe I may or may not be wrong, but they're able to provide me with other perspectives, as well as support. Because it's always good to have a brother that know, like, yo, I'm stranded on the highway, can you come get me? Especially as a single person. It's always good to have that. Because, I mean, I've had a friend who, her car started falling apart on the highway, and she called me. And I was like, me?
Oh shit!
What do you want me to do? Did you call AAA?
Did you call AAA?
What do you want me to do? And she was like, well, do you have some tape? So I went to Home Depot and found some like Gorilla Glue tape, and we kind of taped her car together. It was crazy. I had a dress on, some sandals on the side of the highway, and I was like, you need a nigga.
It's like a music video.
It was like, and not saying that obviously like I showed up and I was there for her, and I would hope that if I have female friends and I needed to call them because I knew that they were available, that I'd reach out to them. But I probably wouldn't call me. I probably would have called me like if my tire went flat. Like, I'm not calling me. What am I gonna do? Mm-hmm. I don't know how to change a tire. I could be there for support and wait for you to find somebody to get the tire. Maybe I could bring somebody with me that could change your tire, but I can't change a tire, which is not good. I should learn that because I think that's like part of survival, but it was just like that. But I truly appreciate my platonic relationships, especially with my male friends.
I mean, can platonic relationships be like same sex?
Yes, especially if you are part of the LGBTQIA community.
Fair. That's good.
Yeah. What about you?
I don't know.
Really?
Mm-mm. Because I see the benefits of both. Like, I see the benefits of having them, and I also see the downfalls.
Okay, so let's talk about, because I've talked about the benefits of having them. Uh-huh. Let's talk about what are the
downfalls?
Yes.
Unless they are butt ugly. No, that's messed up. That's fucked up to say. No, if you don't have a strong mind, right? Because it's really what it comes down to. I think to be in a platonic relationship with, especially, and I'm only can speak for as a straight male, if you got to have the strong mindset to know that, like, this is my nigga. Nothing more, nothing less. Like, this is my nigga. If you don't have the strong enough mind for that, it gets real murky real quick.
Then I understand what you're saying. You're talking about the people that you're talking about someone that ends up liking their friend.
Yeah.
Okay, and I get that, but that's not. And that's not the idea, because I feel like some people know. There's might people that be oblivious to it. But I think for the most part, you have an idea if someone's actually into you. And if it isn't, then that means it's covert and it's nothing that you could do about it. But if you realize that someone likes you and they're playing the role as your friend, like, are they really your friend?
That's good. That's fair. That's true.
I wouldn't call them my friend. I would just be calling a nigga waiting in the wind, like just waiting for me to just fall off that branch and to catch me. Yeah, like
another thing is, like, when you do get in a relationship and the female don't understand the dynamics of the friendship with the platonic person, that
dynamics like what? Because things could be weird if it's not obviously presented correctly. But give me an example of what could be misconstrued.
Just think of it on a surface level. Like, they get jealous because of how they see you hang out with them. Like, you talk to them about everything because that's your friend, and like, you talk to them like that's your nigga. Like, that's my homie. Of course I tell them things. And she like, but that don't seem right to me.
But that's what you were doing before, and you still happen to meet her at the same time.
You're saying the obvious, but I'm telling you what is the downfall.
Oh, so because like for her, it's like, well, I'm here now. I'm your girl best friend.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, and I get that.
I don't.
I get that because I think that sometimes I can see, like, in platonic relationships, that you are so comfortable with your friend that there are things that you will not even tell your spouse because you've already confided in your friend. You've already found your resolution. You don't go to them. So then there is a part of them that don't know all of you or is in the dark about certain situations that are in your life because you've chosen to share it with someone else.
I don't think anyone should ever do that.
It happens, though.
So
I don't think anyone should do it.
No, I agree. It does happen. So I'm going to put it on myself, right?
Okay.
Because I would never do that. I'm going to tell my significant other, but I'm also going to tell my friend too.
I get that, but I'm just telling you, like, what the downfall of that is. The ideal situation is to tell them both.
Yeah, and I think you should tell the person you're in a relationship with first.
Maybe.
Get their opinion.
Maybe.
All right. No, I don't think it's a maybe.
I think it depends on their availability. If I'm in a crisis and I know my person can't speak to me right now or not available at the moment, and you're
I think that's different. Because I'm saying, because I agree. If whoever is available first is whoever's available first. If I'm in crisis, I'm talking about when I'm not in crisis. I'm talking about, like, I have an idea or I'm thinking about something, and if I'm in a relationship, I can't go to you first and tell you what my idea is, but I go to my friend first, I would feel some kind of way. Like, I would say, nah, maybe. Nigga.
Maybe. I just think it depends on whatever the situation was. Maybe I thought about the idea and we were chilling right here and I'm like literally brainstorming immediately right in front of you.
Fair. I get that. Like, that's like a one-off situation. We're hanging out. Cool.
Okay, so you're saying I'm at home, like, I think of an idea and now I want to decide to tell somebody
about it.
Like,
you're contemplating getting a new job.
Okay.
Right? I'm thinking about quitting this job. I don't want to be here.
Mm-hmm.
This place just doesn't value me. If the first person you go to tell is your friend and not me, yeah, I'm going to feel some kind of way.
Okay. How long have you been together?
Don't matter.
I think it does.
Bullshit.
I think that, not saying that I won't tell my spouse, I would also just know that, like,
the day we say that we in a relationship.
Yes, but I would also understand, like, you would know me better than my spouse at this point in time if it's fairly new, right? This is not something, I don't want to spook out my spouse if this has been like the first 3 months of our relationship and I'm thinking about changing gears. I might want to deal with somebody that is already aware of where I'm at with that.
Nah, and that is how you just, like, that's how you decide. That's cool. For me, it's just like, no, it's not like I would want them to come to me and, like, just tell me. You don't need to confide in me or look for my opinion or anything like that. No, because you're right. If we're fresh in this relationship, I am not in any way, shape, or position to be able to tell you what to do, because you do have people that you've had longer relationships with that you can't talk that out with. I would just hope that because we're in a relationship, you would come to me first and say, hey, this is what I'm thinking. This is what's on my mind, because we should be able to talk about things.
I think I would still tell them, and I'm not saying that they wouldn't be first, but that's not a guarantee.
What?
Yeah, especially if it was like 3 months. Like, no, that's too early for me.
So what's the point of being in a relationship?
Who says I wasn't going to tell them?
Who said why not tell them first?
I'm not saying that I wouldn't. I'm just saying I can see me not always being that's the conversation that I want to have.
So if you can we create a scenario? Can you come into a scenario with me?
Sure.
I think it's a great example. You think about quitting your job.
Okay.
You the first person you're not going to tell is the person that you're in a relationship with? Outside of family.
But I'm not even thinking about telling my family.
Okay, then so the first person you're not going to think to even want to call and say this to is the person you're in a relationship with?
Maybe.
What's the trepidation?
Just maybe for me. Like, if I've been together with them for years, then yes, of course.
No, I'm talking about 3 months. I think the 3 months is good. I'm talking about
3 months.
Have both committed to each other. Say, we are exclusive.
Okay.
Gigi, you are mine.
Yes.
And I am yours.
Great.
You are thinking about making this life-altering decision.
That is in 3 months. Okay.
You think about quitting your job.
Okay.
You're not going to even just like, out of courtesy, because you have decided to be in a relationship with me, you're not going to tell me first?
How would you know that you weren't told first?
Huh?
How would you know that you weren't told first?
I don't know. You didn't answer the question.
I'm just saying, I'm not telling you that
But you're not answering.
I'm not telling you that I wouldn't tell that person first. I'm just saying that in all situations for me, it may not be. And that's probably
in this situation.
I'm giving you my answer, Greg, so let me respond and then you can rebuttal. Okay? Is that for me, I have low-key boundaries and trust issues. So 3 months for me is not enough for me to just like divulge everything. I don't move like you do within 3 months of a relationship. That's what I know me as my personality. So I am not always readily volunteering information. Am I saying that in something that probably works where maybe I would? But I can't tell you for sure, Greg, like that's always going to be the first person I call in 3 months. I don't know that. I can't confirm that for you. In a year, 2 years, we was married? Of course. That's the first person that I even send my smallest thoughts to. But in a 3 month period, nah, I've had people that have been holding me down for 10 years and I might want their feedback first before I come to you.
Wow. This kind of goes back to that conversation we had earlier this week.
About what?
About the difference between you and I as far as relationships go.
Yeah. But
like to me, that's wild.
Of course.
Like, it's not even because you make it seem like I'm saying you met someone and you just automatically got in a relationship with them. Gigi, I know you. You're going to take like months to say we're in a relationship.
All right, so then why do you think in 3 months?
Because before even the relationship started, there's probably already been time where you've gotten a chance to talk to this person.
Okay.
So now 3 months in is probably like 6 months for you.
Oh, okay.
And you still wouldn't go to them first?
I didn't say that I wouldn't. I'm just saying that it's not guaranteed.
That's the problem.
Yeah, okay. Well then, Greg, I told you that I have insecurity and trust issues. So, not insecurities, boundaries and trust issues. So,
wow.
It's different for me.
Sheesh.
That's okay, Greg.
That is not okay. Well, okay for you, not okay for me. But
that's okay.
I would. Because it just makes me question where I stand in your life.
How would you know? I'm going to put it like this. I understand the conversation that we're having, but how would you, if you were my spouse, know that you were told second or third or fifth? Unless somebody comes to you and tells you that.
Yeah, but why would you even chance that?
Because I wouldn't. I would keep it in my circle. My circle's not going to do that.
You would hope that.
No, I would know that.
No, you would hope.
No.
Because you don't know. Conversations come up randomly. So I could give you like now I'm painting a movie picture, right? Let's say you decide to tell me about something, right? No, I'm taking myself out of this because I already know how this goes. You tell your friend something first, right? And then you go and tell your spouse, right?
Okay.
And then now you at this party and you, your spouse and your friend are talking and your spouse will be like, yeah, Gigi's thinking about quitting her job, and so just trying to think about how I'm going to figure things out for both of us. And your friend will be like, oh yeah, she told me about that.
Okay, but how do you know when I told them?
That's true. That's still true.
You're going to say, when she told, you know what, she told me 3 days before. That's not going to happen.
Fair.
I understand what you're saying on the forefront where I'm aware of what I'm doing. But I don't know how it would really affect my spouse if they don't know that's what's actually happening.
True. For myself, if I found out I was the first person, nah.
Great, look, I get it, and it makes sense. It makes sense to me for me to want to tell my person everything first. That's just not how I'm built just yet. My intentions and my wants and my desires is to have a person where I feel comfortable enough to always want to come to them first. But I'm not there yet.
Then dive in.
I'm not Trey Songz. Ugh.
I'm done.
So you want to get rid of your platonic friends?
No.
Okay.
I ain't say all that.
I don't either. I love all my platonic friends.
I don't go that far.
Would you ever have sex with your platonic friends?
I don't know.
What don't you know about?
I don't know.
You don't want to say no? It wasn't just an easy no?
It's not an easy no.
Oh.
Because what if... No, I'm playing.
I'm telling. Okay. I'm good then. Would I have sex with any of my platonic friends?
It's not an easy no for you either, is it?
I didn't say anything.
Now, that's the problem. Silence is definitely an answer.
I want to say that...
What you want to say?
I would never cross any boundaries with my platonic friends.
Me either. I'm sticking with that answer.
Yes. I would never cross any boundaries.
That's the politically correct answer.
With my platonic friends because I respect them enough.
Me too. Amen to Jesus.
I'm screaming. Okay. You ready for my topic?
Yep.
Okay. So my topic actually stems from like a scenario that I was kind of like aware of, where I'll just give you people's names. So let's call her Suzie and let's call her husband Sam.
What up, Suzie and Sam?
So Suzie and Sam have been together for about 20 plus years, and Sam has been outside. They have 4 kids. Excuse me, five kids, 6. They got a lot of kids. Okay, they have a lot of kids, and Sam has been outside. Sam has been with numerous amount of women. Sam can't really keep a job. But what Sam believes that he's like a womanizer in a sense. And he definitely uses mind manipulation to get over on Suzie. So let's say that Sam got caught. Instead of him saying like, "Oh, babe, like you caught me, I'm so sorry, I never want to do this again," Sam will then tell Suzie,
"Because you did this."
Yes, or like, "You ain't even take out the trash today. You want to talk to me about cheating?" Or you didn't even go. You ain't even.
That's not even on the same playing field.
Yeah, it literally could be like, it's, you know how that Kevin Hart thing where like a moment happened, like then he turned, I don't know, something with the microwave, and he just kind of walks away. It's like that. As we fast forward, Suzie is now in a place where she's ready to let go. She feels like she's kind of tired and through with everything, and she may have even found suitors that may want to distract her. Sam has gone and left her and the kids for a couple of weeks. Don't even know where he's at. And Sam recently comes back.
Suzie, you should have been gone.
Out of nowhere. Now, they've been married. Paperwork, married. This her house.
Yeah.
She got kids. Where's she supposed to go?
I got you. I'm messing.
So the question comes into, when there's no rebuttal, how do you stay in a relationship?
What do you mean by rebuttal?
So in the scenario where we know that Sam is wrong, but Sam finds every way to make Suzie feel that she's wrong, reminding her why she needs to stay when she should have left already. Yeah. And I think at some points with Suzie that she believes that he's right, even though he's wrong. So rebuttal is basically like, I'm countering what your thoughts are. Yeah. You telling me that it's nighttime, and I'm like, it's daytime, right? Yeah. In this instance, she doesn't have any more fight in her.
Okay.
She doesn't even know how to leave the relationship. So how do you stay?
She doesn't know how to leave it?
She doesn't know how to leave it. I feel like if she did, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Okay.
So how do you stay in a relationship like that? Do you cheat?
I think.
Do you run away?
I don't know, because I couldn't stay in a relationship like that. I'm gonna try to answer the question.
Well, yeah, and you're also a man, and the idea of like outside of like the children in itself, like if you get up and go, you can get up and go. But when a woman has to get up and go, unless she's leaving her kids behind, there's a whole village she gotta take care of on top of her trying to leave. She can't sleep in a car. She can't. There's things.
I understand what you're saying. I don't think it's that black and white, but I get what you're saying.
You're saying that she could go stay with somebody.
I think it could, because that, but I also think in the reverse, or it could happen the other way around too, where it's hard for the man to leave too, because we live in a country where if a man decides to leave, especially when kids are involved, they are automatically the one that's looked at to be wrong, even though they've done nothing wrong, and then they get on child support, or they get these restrictions on them seeing their kids, and some people don't want to go through that, so they stay in a relationship.
But in this situation, like Sam is a piece of shit.
So I would just, yes, in this relationship, in this circumstance, you don't stay. I think you gotta
How do you leave?
And I would want them to leave. Suzie, I would want you to leave.
Suzie, leave.
But leaving also has to come with some understanding that it's not going to be easy. Like, you're doing one, you got to do everything on your own now.
She's been doing that already, technically.
Yeah, but you haven't been.
How?
Because now when you got to do because now on your own, that means that this nigga's never coming back. Like, there is no hope that at some point he's coming back.
Understood.
Like, now it is literally you on your own.
Context. She's felt alone for the past couple of years.
Alone and being alone is two different things.
In a sense of, when you have a partner, there should be some balance. You know, someone takes on a role.
For sure.
Remember, Sam doesn't work. Sam just be outside. Mm-hmm. Sam even like goes away for like weeks at a time. Mm-hmm. So in these instances, it's just her.
For sure.
And the kids.
Yeah.
No.
So
Sam is taking up space.
So now can I add some real world context to this?
Sure.
Right? Because now when you decide to leave, let's say Sam is like, "Oh, you leaving me? Mm-hmm. Let's do this. We're going to court. Mm-hmm. We're doing all the stuff. You want to be alone? Let's get you to be alone. Okay. I'm taking you to court. We're going to fight over these kids. The kids that I barely see now. Mm-hmm. Who cares? I'm going to fight because I'm going to be petty. Okay. I don't have a job, so you was funding my lifestyle. Now you have to pay me alimony. Let's get real petty about this. Okay. You want to leave? Leave. Be out. And I will see you in court.
Okay, so you're saying that you're Sam talking to Suzie.
Absolutely.
Okay. I think Suzie's okay with that.
Oh, if Suzie okay with it, that's what I mean. You gotta have to understand.
But I think in this situation, Sam doesn't want to leave Suzie. Sam wants to have his cake, eat it too, and buy the bakery store. But don't go to work. He don't want to go to work. He don't want to bake nothing. He don't want to do anything.
Gotcha.
And you're telling me that she needs to leave. But how does she? Is there any way that she can stay?
I think when you have no more fight in you, you can't fight for two people. No. And that's a real thing. You cannot fight for two people. You can't. It's impossible to do it. It's people. You can't fight for two people. The other party would need to want to fight for this relationship. And if she feels like he ain't willing to fight.
I feel like he's fighting for the convenience of the lifestyle that he has. Not for her. I believe that
and there are niggas like that. And Suzie and women, if you know niggas like that, you need to cut them niggas off.
That's the thing. How do you do that? How do you do that when the person that you think is supposed to leave and not come back keeps coming back?
make sure they can't come back.
Okay, you change the locks. They break open the door.
No, I mean, no, do real shit where there's real consequences if he comes back. Restraining orders, divorce.
You have to, in order to get a straight on, your life has to feel threatened. You have to call the cops, things like that.
She can say her life feels threatened. They're not gonna I've never seen a restraining order be denied. Never.
Don't you need a police report first and then you get the restraining order?
You can call the cops, or you actually could just go to the precinct and say this person is harassing me.
That's crazy.
You can get a restraining order on anybody.
That's good. What if it's not happening at all?
I'm dead ass. I've never seen a restraining order be denied. Never. Because you want someone to respect your boundaries?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what if you're lying? That's false reporting.
It's not.
It is if you're lying. Because
you can't. Who says what the police officer says is harassment is not what I claim as harassment?
Yes, and that's why I don't think everyone gets to have it, because I can think it's harassment, but if it doesn't fall within the guidelines of the police officers, why are they giving it to me?
Because I don't feel safe.
We gotta look that up.
Look that up. I've never in my life seen anyone be denied what's that called? Restraining order. From family members to just regular ass civilians just not liking each other.
Okay, so a restraining order bars someone from having contact with you and can provide other relief. A temporary restraining order, TRO, is in effect until a court hearing can be scheduled for the judge to talk to both parties. So, with what you're saying, so you can have a temporary restraining order, but they actually have to make it official, because you can be lying. So you could say that I'm like harassing you. Now we go to court and you find out that it's actually the other way around.
That's true too.
Okay, so
how do you think she leave?
How do I think that she would leave? The thing is that I don't think
she can leave.
I think she got low-key like Stockholm syndrome. I think that she knows that she needs to leave. I think she's aware that this is not a healthy environment for her, but I think she's also been in this for so long that the toxicity in itself has become so normalized to her that she even if she wanted to leave, she won't go anywhere.
So you don't think she can?
I believe that she can. I just don't think it's going to be easy. But I believe that that's why she hasn't left already. Because, mind you, like, this is not something that just happened yesterday. Like, this is something that's been happening for years. And I think she's just at this moment where she would want to leave, but because she hasn't.
For sure. And I will also say you don't leave someone you love. Or you don't easily, let me rephrase that. You don't easily leave someone you love.
I was like, because just because you love them don't mean that's the person for you.
For sure.
Because you can love multiple people.
You don't leave someone you love until you realize that you love yourself too.
Understood. And I also believe, like, with Sam and his personality, that he's installed so many insecurities within her, that it is hard for her to see outside of what she actually knows.
So and this might be a bit triggering, right? But these are, would you consider her weak-minded?
No, I think even like people that have been kidnapped or been, captured for long periods of time, I don't think that they're weak-minded. I just think that they've gotten so used to being locked up.
That's completely different. Being kidnapped, abducted, being like forced to stay somewhere against your will, completely different. It's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this situation.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's the same.
It is not the same.
You're not thinking of it in a way like someone is like physically trying to harm you. Think about the idea that you were initially in love with this person. You've locked in with this person. You guys have years with each other. And through this time, they have slowly been beating you down emotionally, mentally, to the point where even if you didn't believe it before, because it's been going on for so long, and you've also had your own trials and tribulations that may have not helped the feelings that your spouse is having about you, that it can affect you too. How you feel about yourself, how you feel about you just as a woman, like understanding that yes, I might be a great person, but who's gonna want me? Because that's all he's been saying all this time.
So my thing is right, and now I'm literally juxtaposing someone who's been kidnapped. That's trauma. Like someone who's been kidnapped and forced. I mean, forced to be in a place against their will. Correct me if I'm wrong. This woman, Suzie, at any point could leave. Not saying I understand the mental the psychological hold that this dude has on her, but correct me if I'm wrong. If she wanted to, she can leave.
I think that's for mostly anybody. Yes.
So she wasn't kidnapped.
But you're not listening.
Let me finish.
You talk like think about like a battered woman. Like you know that the battered woman can leave.
Let me finish.
Okay.
Because we're talking about this. You're bringing in others. I'm talking about this situation by itself.
Yes. Okay.
From my understanding, is this woman is not being hurt. She is
not physically.
Let me finish.
No, but that's your understanding.
But you gotta let me finish.
But it's not physically.
But
she doesn't have to be hurt physically in order for her to be hurt.
You gotta let me finish.
Okay.
Right? She hasn't been abused physically, right? Because that's a whole nother that's a different can of worms.
Okay.
Right? She hasn't been said you need to stay here or something bad is gonna happen to you.
We don't know that, but okay.
I'm going by your scenario.
Okay, that's fine.
Right? The only thing that's keeping her is the love that she has for this man and the fact that he treats her like shit, right?
Why? No, that's not why she would stay. If she
so why is she staying?
I feel like I just told you. You don't know how Stockholm Syndrome works?
I do know how Stockholm Syndrome works.
Tell me how Stockholm Syndrome works.
It's isn't it like, it's a mental thing?
Mm-hmm.
So my thing is, if it's a mental thing, wouldn't that be considered a weak-minded person?
No.
And it's not weak-minded in the sense of, I'm not saying that like she's a terrible person because she's weak-minded. She has allowed someone to infiltrate her thoughts and make her feel a certain way about herself.
Like sometimes you don't have control over that. It's like mind control. Like yeah, like I don't think like I think that you're kind of mistaken the idea that Stockholm Syndrome isn't just like, oh, like I'm just this weak person and someone just takes me and now I listen to everything they said. Sometimes I could be like a top CEO person, but if somebody has a lock on you and is able the same way, and the thing is that this is someone that you love too.
It's manipulation.
Yes, Greg.
I'm not saying that is not.
So how is she weak-minded?
I can be manipulated. You can be manipulated.
Why does that make you a weak person?
Because in that situation I was.
No, I don't think that you were weak. I think that person was a manipulator. It's like dealing with a narcissist. Just because I'm dealing with a narcissist doesn't make me less than because they feel like they're getting over on me because how they're talking to me or what they think they're having me able to do. That I don't see that. I don't see because someone has been maybe I'm just not getting from you what a weak-minded person really is.
I'm saying in this situation.
And because she has been in a relationship for 20 years, this is not 5 years, this is not 3 months, this is 20 years of your life. Mm-hmm. This is literally your past habits, habitual this is literally your life.
Okay.
You're saying that because she's not able to leave, she's a weak-minded person.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Because I'm trying to explain to you that she knows that she needs to leave. She knows that she wants to leave. But I've given you examples. She has children. Where is she going to go? If she's not staying in the house that she's in, where does she go from there? Where does she go?
I mean, you can figure it out. But that's not what that's not what I'm talking about.
We're talking about being weak-minded. I'm saying tell me how that
in this situation,
okay,
with this guy, because this guy has a hold on her, she has allowed this man to enter her thoughts and make her feel something about herself that isn't true.
Got it.
Is that's not what happened?
Yeah.
So is that not the definition of someone who is weak-minded?
No, because I can look it up. Because
I could be wrong. Because to me, that
I
is
think
a weak-minded
someone
person.
that is weak-minded is gullible and ignorant and is easily manipulated. Stockholm Syndrome it didn't happen like I believe everything that you said. It has happened through a course of time. It's like this is probably not even the greatest example. It's like when low-key like pedophiles like groom children. Mm-hmm. They don't initially like attack them or initially like touch them. They literally, it starts as a process to the point where when it actually happens, they didn't even realize that this situation that they were in until it happens.
So what you're saying is, I think where we disagree, I think where we just miss each other is I think that's perspective. Because for me, that would be a weak-minded person. Not saying that.
Because she's not able to leave? Or she doesn't want to leave?
If it's just thoughts that's keeping you there, yeah, for me.
Well, I just broke it down to you. It's not thoughts. We just talked about her having children. The reason, like, she has a home.
I think, but like, so you also got to think about you talking to me, someone who jumps into the fire out of a fire suit. I'll figure this shit out. If I don't want to be somewhere, I'm not going to be somewhere.
Greg, but you also the man.
I've seen women do it too.
Okay, and so they leaving their kids?
No, they take their kids with them.
Okay, but maybe because they have an exit plan, right?
No, they don't. I've seen it multiple times happen.
Okay.
I'm just like that. If that's the thing, and maybe that's what I'm getting from it. Like the only thing that's keeping her is the fact that this guy has a hold on her. Because you can take your kids and go somewhere. You can figure that out. I believe anybody. If you don't want to be somewhere, you can remove yourself.
I agree.
So if it's just thoughts that's keeping her there,
I don't know. I think it's more than thoughts. Like I said, I think that there's a lot of key pieces where specifically, I'll even use another example. Is like I feel like Sam, that's his name, right?
Sam, I am.
His name's Sam, right? I feel like Sam, with the manipulation, will say he don't want her, say he don't want to be with her, but then still show up at home with her flowers, or still like go away for months at a time and then come back like he never left, like he's been here all day. And
see, that's the.
I think that's the.
I sound like an asshole now because now I feel like I'm just an asshole.
What?
Because that is all. I'm sorry. That is on her.
It's on her.
It is. And now I sound like an asshole, and I don't care. I think that's on her because if you fool me once, shame on me. Mm-hmm. Fool me twice, no. What is it? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Mm-hmm. That's what that sounds like to me.
That she should have known better and should have left sooner.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I feel like I have more details, but I think the details, like, to keep adding on to the story will just make it more specific, and we don't have to do that. Shout outs to Sam and Suzie.
Shout outs to y'all, yo.
Suzie, the moral of the story is...
Leave that nigga.
You have to live for yourself. Most importantly, you have to live for your children. And right now, Sam is not trying to live for none of y'all.
Living for yourself is living for your children.
No, because Sam is definitely living for himself, and he's not living for his children.
Oh, no, Sam's a dick.
Yes.
Like, he's a duck.
Yes.
But I'm telling Suzie, living for yourself is living for your children.
And if, Suzie, you're going to stay, I think you need to start creating some boundaries. I think that you need to be more cognizant about what you're willing and not willing to accept. Like the idea that if Sam leaves again, maybe you need to change the locks. Well, I think Sam will bust through the door.
Change the locks on the door.
I think that if
you ain't welcome no more.
If you have the opportunity to maybe start looking into other apartments or other places, and maybe start making those moves to kind of change your environment, because maybe if he's not able to find you right away, you're able to find some more peace.
You can figure it out, yo. Anybody.
Just don't kill him.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't kill him. Don't do that.
That helps nobody.
Yeah, no, the kids. Don't kill him.
Yeah. Kids be parent.
That would be the only way that she probably would be able to stay and have his body like in a cooler.
Yeah, don't kill him.
Or a deep freezer or something like that.
Allegedly,
I don't know. Don't use the things that I know. Because she can definitely still collect a check.
What check she collecting if they find out that she did it?
They're not gonna find out that she did it.
Why not?
Why would they?
If you got a good enough detective.
Well, nobody looking for Sam. Sam always always outside. He could have went out on a trip again. Okay. Remember, Sam never stays home.
Okay.
Sam always travels.
Yeah, somebody looking for Sam.
It ain't her, and it ain't the kids. So who else would be looking for Sam?
His mistresses.
You're right.
Somebody looking for Sam.
Yeah.
Don't kill Sam.
Don't kill Sam. That's the only thing that that's one thing I want to leave with you. Don't kill Sam. I know that there's probably moments where you feel like you want to. There's a lot of shows and movies that give you, instructions and ways to do it. Remember, it's on TV. They've already figured it out. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't Google nothing either. That doesn't help. They look at that too. And if you are gonna do anything with the body, don't bring your phone. Just leave your phone where it is. SVU, first 48. You gotta be tell you how, pinging and stuff like that. Just leave the phone at home. Don't kill him now. Unless he put hands on you. Then.
Defend yourself.
And if he happens to die, who are we? That was God.
Not in the state of New Jersey, there's no self-defense laws.
You're lying.
No.
You're lying.
No.
I know, there's no fault. Like, if I hit you, my insurance still has to pay unless, I wait and then you have to pay. But there's no fault.
Almost positive New Jersey has no self-defense laws.
That's crazy. Let's see. Any person has the right to defend himself or herself from harm. Under New Jersey law, a person who has harmed another when acting in self-defense may avoid punishment or jail time that might otherwise be applied. Okay, just want to use a question. Can my wife use my gun for self-defense in New Jersey? There are no statutory expectations or exemptions for household or family members on any grounds. Whether self-defense, safety instructions, maintenance, or merely moving the gun about the house, this means under New Jersey law, the concept of the family house gun is inherently unlawful. So she cannot use the gun to defend herself, even though it's in the house.
At least 23 states provide civil immunity. And those states are Arizona, Arkansas, Colorado, Florida, Georgia, Idaho, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky,
What are you talking about?
Maryland, Michigan, Montana,
New
Hampshire.
What are you reading, though?
Those are the only states that have self-defense laws where it could.
New Jersey doesn't have stand your ground, but they have self-defense.
You got to prove self-defense.
Yeah, you have to prove self-defense anyway.
So
I have to prove self-defense in order for it to.
Stand your ground is different.
Stand your ground is different. Like, if somebody came up to my house and I shot them, I could get in trouble for that.
So, but the self-defense, from my understanding, the law is so murky where, so let's say a man comes in the house and hits his wife with his hand and she get a knife and stabs him to death. She goes to jail. That's not self-defense.
If he dies, right? So, then by all means,
it's attempted murder.
We're not all in it. So attempted murder is if. Also, it depends on where he's stabbed and how harsh the stabbing is.
No.
So if she would have stabbed him 3 times, that's attempted murder. Your intentions, yes.
It's where you are.
Okay.
If the knife was easily accessible.
Okay.
Why did you have to go into another room to go get the knife to stab him?
Okay. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about that we in a room. The knife is there. You hit me. Yes.
This is how self-defense laws work.
You have to prove it, right?
You have to prove that you had you
were in immediate danger
to get that knife.
Yes.
To stab this person
in order to defend
in order to defend yourself.
Yes.
So if he punched you in the face in the living room,
yes.
Why did you go to the kitchen to get a knife?
Because I'm running and he's running after me.
You gotta prove that.
I have to, because now we're both in the kitchen.
But what if the cops come and find that he was stabbed in the living room? That means he didn't follow you. That means you went to the kitchen, got the knife, came back and stabbed.
That does not mean
how murky that law is.
I am not telling you that you're wrong, but like I said, that can still be proven as self-defense, especially if I have marks on my face. Okay. What I'm saying is, automatic jail time is if it's overkill. So if you hit me, I stabbed you, right? Mm-hmm. I can go for self-defense or attempted murder. Mm-hmm. But if I've stabbed you, I came back out and I stabbed you again, and I come back out and I stabbed you again, I'm going to jail.
And we've seen cases like that,
yes.
for sure.
So I think that's the difference.
I think I've given you a more realistic case of where this,
But it still needs to be proven. And the idea is that you just telling me the scenario.
9 times out of 10, it's never proven, and that person goes to jail.
Okay.
And that's the sucky part about this self-defense laws.
Okay.
Of New Jersey, anyway.
Understood.
That junk is really bad. Because I feel like even in the scenario I gave you, if anybody felt like their life was in danger, I think they should have the right to defend themselves. But I also see the other side of that. Like, you could have just left.
So what happens if he had a knife?
And he kills her?
If
he had a knife? And, then she got a knife too? Yeah, absolutely. Bang, bang, bang. It's even playing ground. It's even playing field.
Is it self-defense or not?
It is, because the playing field is even.
So she could easily just put a knife in his hand by the time.
Could. That is illegal too.
Anyway, self-defense, it works. Suzie, you heard some things. We don't want you to do any of that, Suzie. Don't run into the kitchen and grab the knife, Suzie. Disclaimer, we are not responsible.
Absolutely not.
For anything that Suzie may do to Sam or Sam may do to Suzie.
The Suzie is of Suzie.
Yes.
And Suzie alone.
This is for entertainment purposes. We do appreciate Sam and Suzie's story. But I'm sorry, Suzie. Like, truly, I think that I know that it's harder. One, just being able to be a wife, a partner, and a mother, and your partner is telling you that you're not good enough but don't want to leave. Yeah. That's crazy. And I think that if you continue to pray, and I think this is crazy because I was going to say therapy, which I think therapy will work too, but I think that you really need to pray. You are going to get the strength to be able to find answers in order for you to figure out a way for you to either live better in the situation or remove yourself from the situation, which is so crazy that I said pray, but I think so. Pray it away. Pray it away, boo. Pray it away.
Good.
And if the dick is really that good, just cut it off. Just kidding. You know what? Let's not promote violence.
What is wrong with you?
Not promote violence. Did you ever have somebody tell you that they wanted to
No. I don't even know what you're about to say. No.
Can I say it?
Sure.
Okay. They wanted to mold your...
I wish somebody would.
Nobody ever asked you that they wanted to mold your penis? Oh my gosh. And there's actually a kit for that. There's a kit. You could get like the jelly one, like looks like a dildo, or you can get like a real like cast looking one that's like harder. You can get like a whole mold of a penis.
That's probably.
I talked to Blue about it. I said I think we should do it. I want to set it.
All right.
Like like ghosts.
How to get to the end of the show.
Like ghosts. No, that's
welcome to the end of the show. This is New Dialogue, where we talk about things that we found interesting this week. What?
I'm listening to you, Greg.
No, you wasn't, because you said something.
I was scratching my arm.
No, you wasn't.
It's really, I'm in heat.
You got any new dialogues?
I do. I've been watching another show. I don't know what's going on with me in the time that I think that I have in life, but clearly I have too much. I know I've been watching Hijack. That show is still on. It's on episode 6. It's still so good. It got me locked in. I am like, and every time I watch it, like again, like every time I tell somebody about it, like I'm always getting like new information, or I'm peeping different things, which is definitely putting me, I'm like, this show is so good. Like, it's one of those shows that every time you watch it again, you see something new. But another show that I just finished binge watching, which was a mind fuck of its own, it's called Yellow Jackets. It's on Showtime anytime. Let me tell you something about this show, okay, y'all? Spoiler alert, if y'all ain't watch it, they got 2 seasons. 3rd season might come in next year, with the Writers Guild. It may come in 2025. But the show in itself is about the soccer teams going to nationals. They on an airplane, private jet, because they got money like that. And they get into I've been watching a lot of airplanes. Maybe I need to relax. But the airplane crashes and they end up in this forest and they are stranded there, I want to say for like 19 months. And in this story, you're seeing like how these kids are surviving. Spoiler alert, they're eating people. Okay, what started making me feel really, really uncomfortable a little about this show was that how intense it is and how you really can see the realness in if you're really stuck in the wilderness and there's people around you and you're not able to get any food and people start dying, how do you survive? And they making cannibalism a little too like consumer friendly. Like they even the way that they was cooking up the people would look like they was cooking up pieces of steak or pork chops. Like it's still a good show. Great writing. But it really messed me up. I was like, I didn't even know what I got into and why I kept watching it. Because I was so curious on like what actually happened, what it is, and like what brought them to a place where these are young teenagers and they're eating each other. They're hunting each other. They got to a place where they knew that they were so hungry, so they would either like mark a card and you would go in a circle, and whoever would get the card is the next person that they would eat. Now they can submit and they just eat them, or they start running and then they go hunt them down and then they eat them.
What the fuck are you watching?
Yo, I don't know. And it was crazy. But it was so good in the writing, like to the fact that I really wanted to watch, even to the point where season 2, I'm curious to see what would happen next, but I'm okay with it ending there. Cause it was a lot. It was a lot. It was a good show, but it was a lot.
But it was a good show.
Yeah, that's what I got. But yeah, that's my new dialogue. That's my new dialogue.
Cool. My new dialogue is about Secret Invasion, the Marvel show.
It's on Max.
No,
it's on Disney Plus.
Yeah, it was mid. It was alright. It wasn't even that good.
What didn't you like about it?
They did too much. They did too much and too little at the same time. Like, it was 30-minute episodes, and in fact, they cut out pieces of the story to make it fit. Like, okay, spoiler alert. Rhodey, who is played by Don Cheadle, and he is War Machine. He's a Skrull, right? A shape-shifting alien who's trying to take.
You know, aliens are real now. You know that, right?
Sure.
No, I'm serious. Like the government has told us we got aliens.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not engaging in that.
The government is telling us that we have aliens, and you're not engaging with that?
The government tells us a lot of things.
But you listen to the government, Greg.
Not all the time. No, you think that I listen to the government. There's certain things that make sense.
Okay.
And there's certain things that don't make sense.
Give me an example, because you've done everything that I think that the government told you to do. Like what? What haven't you done? What haven't you done?
What do you mean, what haven't I done?
You did. You took the COVID shots. Like,
not because of the government.
That's the reason why we had to do it.
No, because it was a choice whether you want to do it or not.
Yes and no, Greg. The government said we had to do it, which fell onto the jobs, which let you know if you want to work
My job
here.
never told me I needed to do it.
Oh, okay.
I never did. Nothing that I did told me that I had to get a COVID shot.
Got it. Even going to Africa.
Yeah, I didn't have to.
Okay.
I just had to get the yellow fever shot.
Got it.
You're funny, yo.
How am I funny?
Because
that's who you come off as, Greg.
That's fine. Secret Invasion. Yeah. Rhodey is a Skrull, but no one never told us how the original Rhodey got abducted. And it's like, what? What are y'all doing? This makes no sense to me. And then Nick Fury went back into space. It's some bullshit. That's what it is.
Oh, so but maybe they're using this as a first part, but then they'll go back and then give.
That's usually what these shows are supposed to be, but usually the last episode leads into something, right? The next major Marvel release is the Marvels. It's the movie with Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, and the black chick, I don't know her name. But this doesn't set us up for that at all. It just seemed like some bullshit that Disney threw together.
I think that you have to put that in perspective if there isn't writers to make it like, the finishing touches for it to make sense.
Probably. But from my understanding, this was done before the writer's strike. Some things are just bad.
I'm gonna put it like this: even if it was done before, doesn't mean that it couldn't have been adjusted while it was being done. That's the point of having a writer, right? Like you have the writers that write the script initially, and then as they are going through the script, they're starting to realize that they can change things.
I can understand that if it wasn't a limited series. Usually limited series are done.
Got it. It gives you everything that you need, and it's kind of put a bow on it.
Absolutely.
Okay, I didn't know it was a limited series. You didn't start off that way.
It's only 6 episodes. They
didn't finish writing it.
It just wasn't good.
I think they didn't finish writing that. 6 episodes, and you didn't get the full story.
Because that's usually in line with Marvel's shows. They're usually like 6 to 7 episodes. And sometimes you just gotta call things bad. This was bad.
I prefer their movies. I think the only show that I probably liked was Loki, and that was it.
I think every show, to me personally, I think every show have been great except for this one.
Oh no, I didn't care for the Vision one. I didn't care for that show.
Oh, see, that's because you're not a real fan.
Okay.
Because that was great, and that set us perfectly up for Doctor Strange Madness.
Got it.
Movie.
So these shows now are like the comic books before the movies now.
Yeah.
Instead of it being okay.
And Secret Invasion. And that's the thing, like if you ever read the comic books of the Secret Invasion, it is such it's a huge Marvel storyline. And for them to put this shit in 6 episodes of this bullshit.
There could be things that they needed to cut out, but since a lot of things have transpired.
You trash for that.
Sorry, Secret Invasions. Sorry, well, I still watch Yellow Jackets. If you into that, if you're into young teen white drama, I feel like Baylor will probably watch that. And cannibalism, or just the idea of survival, or a really great storyline, tap into Yellow Jackets.
Don't tap into Secret Invasion.
Well, Greg, you want to let them know how they can find you and how they can find us?
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at GregNelson26 because my name is my brand. Also, follow the pod at JustAConvo_pod on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Threads. Threads is dead soon, so you probably shouldn't go there.
You know, it's crazy. You said that about Clubhouse, and I don't even got the app on my phone anymore. I'm
a visionary.
With no vision. Thank you so much for making it this far, my amazing individuals. Me and Greg had a great time having this conversation. Didn't we?
Sure.
So my amazing individuals, you can find me on Twitter at GCarly7, and that's GQARLY and the number 7. If you forgot today, if someone didn't tell you today, if you needed to be reminded today, if you nutted before you started your day, Greg and I want you to
No, we don't.
Why? Why can't they nut? You nutted.
How do you know?
You didn't?
How do you know?
I'm just assuming, Greg. I'll just assume that you nut. You don't nut?
Do you nut?
Yeah.
All the time.
Oh, if I can, shit. No.
Can you finish?
Oh. Or orgasm. If you don't want to nut, you can orgasm. Greg and I want you to go be great. Gigi.